Welcome back to the Oceania closed qualifier for a spot at the minor in Katowice. The Asia minor, that is. There's only 2 spots up for grabs for Oceania. Greyhound have already grabbed one of those. Renegades up 1-0 against Tainted, looking to lay their hands on the second, and they'd be the ones that would be expected to get it, and it's going to be hard if Tainted Minds want to steal it away from them and earn it. I'm joined by my boy Mac. Been enjoying the game so far. We're 4 maps deep, going on to the 5th. How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. I'm worried about you, mate. Your eyes are telling me a story. He's gone the distance. He's went all night. Now he's going all day as well. Yep. So, you know, he had a nap between jobs today, but he's here and he's powering through.
Yeah, got an hour and a half in. Decent. Not bad.
Hosting us in as well, so
yeah,
doing a great job. So I think he hopes that we're going to be done this map, but can Tainted, you know, pull the reverse sweep?
Look, actually, I don't know. Like, obviously my energy level says, yes, I would love for us to be done so I can go chill out after this map. But the Counter-Strike lover in my heart says that I actually really love this Tainted lineup on paper. And I always, every time I see them want it to succeed, I just want to see them, I want to see it click. And it just never seems to work. Feels like in Australia at the moment, domestically speaking, it's the same story as always. Tainted was meant to be the chosen lineup. They're meant to restore balance to the domestic scene, and they have just completely tanked thus far, qualified for very little. It's been Order and Greyhound stealing all the spots away. Greyhound even stealing a spot at the minor away from Renegades in that first game that we watched, a very close best of 3. And now, I mean...
But which storyline's better? Eustillo coming back to Australia and beating his old team, or the 2 young guns from Oz being swooped up by Renegades and then showing that the lineup's better than ever before?
Definitely the Eustillo one is by far my favourite out of it. Boring, poaching players from teams to increase your team's talent and go overseas. That's a story I've heard a million times, but the revenge story, the bitter one, that's one that resonates with me as a bitter, pessimistic person myself, Mac.
Well, so, you know, Sterling did it to Grat. Said, look, I've taken your spot, now we've taken your spot in the minor.
Yeah.
So that was a nice storyline. But if we see it twice in one day, that will be the biggest upset that I've ever seen from Renegades.
True.
Yep. But we are going into Cache. You know, the little spoopy chickens there walking around the map. I thought that Halloween was over, but CSGO Dev has a different decision there.
I think it's just because the fly-throughs are a bit outdated there, Mac.
Oh, no, it was live. Don't tell the children.
You mean we don't just fly around in our little spectator drones?
Yeah. MC's the drone man. We went over this the other day.
Come on, mate. Got to give Jono some credit.
Oh, yeah.
He's our main
We got Jono here today. Yeah. He's been doing a great job.
Yep. 10 out of 10.
Not missing too much action. Yeah, he could be out of a job.
He will beat me.
Yep. MC will beat you. Yeah, right.
You haven't seen him when he's angry, Mac. It's scary. He keeps it all inside. He seems innocent, but when he gets mad... Anyway, I won't go down that
He does look Bruce Banner-esque, doesn't he?
Little hulky there, yeah. Slow one from Renegades, though, holding all the angles. Just waiting for some aggression from Tainted Minds. Tainted Minds not going to give it to them just yet, though. It's a retake on the A bomb site with stacked towards B. Seems like they're making a pretty decent decision. Oh my god, though. It's just a couple bullets fired out by Renegades as they take quad and forklift, and it's a full rotation.
But for both teams. The bomb's left B completely too, so
yeah, well,
they know they've got the site.
This bomb site's been too easy to take. Surely you go and get the bomb down here, right? I don't even know who's going to come away with this one, Mac. I'm bamboozled. I'm bomboozled.
So the bomb's gone down on the cross. It is behind the smoke at the moment, so safe to grab for Azar, who makes his way to site. But he does go down. Look at this. The fast retake coming in from Tainted, and now that's pretty much the round. So Jacob at the bottom of Highway with the Glock gets a dink, but he's going to be out-aimed by Sicko, so Tainted surely pumped about that one, taking the CT pistol here on Cache and looking to increase that lead, but Renegades, you know, this is a similar start to what we saw. I'm pretty sure that's almost exactly what we saw from Greyhound, except Greyhound were on the T side, got the bomb down, and Renegades got churned in the meat grinder.
Yeah,
so
good old blocky boys.
Yeah. Anyway, into the second round. What are we going to see? Grat trying to take point there with the Glock. Looking for a drive-by, but he won't be so lucky. Now Eustillo. MP7 here at mid. Nade over boost, but Renegades grouping up towards A yet again. Looking to play it faster. As they come out of Squeaky. Apok just going to be destroyed.
Been
Bomb
having a
plant,
rough one this series so far, hasn't he, Mac?
frag, and a Famis down. So they've got the man advantage. They are in the post plants looking to play clutch, but the bomb has been planted safe. Yeah, which is a great decision because that was the main goal of the round, but more damage done. It's just going to be a bonus. So here we are.
Never stop.
Goes down as well. Now 4-3v2.
No.
So Sicko with the MP9. Grat finds another headshot on the off-new. Now Tainted looking rough. Sicko has to run around like a maniac. Going for the ninja. He's tapped it. He's got the old defuse coming out. And he's going to stick it too. They're going for the body shots. Can't find his head as he crouches and uncrouches. So Tainted find a second. Jacob gets the knife. Now that was just kerfluffy. That I don't even know. What? Nah. Great job, Tainted, but Renegades so much damage, and Sicko on the clutch with the smoke and the ninja. Now, oh.
The money's cooked, though. That's the problem. And it's a full buyout from Renegades, and Grat's not even going to have to buy himself an 8K. He picks up the Famis from the last.
So, interesting outcome in that round. We're back and forth.
Open up, though, from the back of mid. That's a big advantage for Tainted, because they're lacking the util. Let's face it. Let's face it, is what I was going to go with. I think that's pretty strong myself. Renegades, in a 5-on-5, they had the util advantage. If it did end up going that way, it would have been pretty hard for Tainted to contest into the late round, Mac.
But now here we go. Azza, he's taken Checker's control, going through his own smoke, it seems, or at least hiding in it. Hoping he's not going to be cleared out. I think there was a Molotov, but he walks straight into the crosshair of Sicko. And the man, he's turning up finally in the second map. Great start so far. Oh, look at the flick. He clears it, then clears it a second time, flicking back onto the head, destroying Ustillo. Now in the 3v4, Renegades playing together, looking to equalise, but off nude, double jiggle, a few little bursts, and he will take down Liaz. So it's Grat and JKS to try to pull it back. There you go, Grat. He's got the info, connects the spray, but JKS finish it off nude there at Z. 2v3, and Apoc so low there. Tagged down at Highway, but he's gone for the rotation over to Truck. It looks like the Renegades are going to head up Speedway, Highway. And through the smoke, Zeusy goes down, so misplayed there, but both of the T's so low, and Apoc will clean it up. Not checking Truck, the off angle on the cross. Apoc coming out on top and finding 3 in a row now for Tainted.
Yeah, they're off to a pretty good start on the map pick of Renegades. But they had a hot start to Inferno. Didn't go so well for them in that map, Mac. So now Renegades straight back onto the bye despite losing 3 in a row. They've been pretty able to contest this one back and forth. Orps on both teams. And Sicko going to open things up onto Azza through the edge of that smoke.
So great job there from the Orpa. Once again finding another opening frag.
Yeah, Tainted doing really good. Opening up the rounds. And closing them out as well. Let's see if they're able to do it again. A 4th on the board would be great for them and really start to wreck that Renegades economy.
Oh, but the timing, the legs have been spotted. Offnu and Zeusy teaming up to take down Grat, but there's the trade. Offnu still surviving, but not for long. JKS covering his flank. Going for the gamble that there was no CTs left on site. And in the 3v2, the CTs are grouping up towards Tree here in Heaven.
JKS has picked himself up a molly and it's a plant for Checker Room, B main side to be exact, and it's a 3-man retake in from CT. There's a smoke onto Checker from Tainted, molly into back left, or back right rather.
The flash isn't going to blind a Tree. No, JKS worried about being main, giving up his position with the spray, but Jacob holding it, looking for a second, gets the double dink, will survive, and JKS on the cover. So there you go. That is how Renegades win their first round, being a man down and spraying it up.
Hesitant on the retake. How did that player from headshot not convert that kill?
I'm not even
messy
sure.
There from Tainted, and that's going to cost them. Their money's pretty bad now.
Yeah, that was definitely a tradable situation. Jacob holding the spray to find the second, but coming out on top, you know, it was just Tainted. Hopefully that doesn't, you know, hurt the ego too much. Ustillo playing close, knows that has made his way out mid. It was actually Jacob there. But through mid, he's traded positions, and can he get the flank? The bomb is down. And there you go, Grat has been spotted. Can Azza get the trade? Not just yet. That is a gun out of the hand. Sicko burning alive there. Azza finding one from the grave. And the 3v2, the bomb will be retrieved. Ustillo destroyed there in mid, but Zeusy pushing, gaining a bunch of information. Jacob still at mid, not making too much noise, but Zeusy on the off angle, just going to wait for the rotation over to B.
He's in a pretty critical position here. Could definitely put the knife in Renegades back, quite literally, if they walk out in front of him.
I'm sure they'll check it, though. Apoc looking to go for the crossfire, but he's been heard running through the B site. So with that, the bomb is going to make its way out mid and potentially just split up highway. Not even split, just go straight through the heart. And the CTs, you know, unfortunately, Apoc just gave up that little bit of information, which is all it's going to take for Renegades to go to the A site here. And Tainted don't have a huge amount to lose. So we are going to see Zeusy trying to get aggressive, potentially finding an AK, unless Leah's got rid of it. They had plenty of time, so we might have here. With the smoke, Zeusy will be hunting. But then straight through is JKS going to get the timing. He does. Zeusy just looking away at the wrong moment. Still worried about where the AK went, but Apoc's found one of his own, so he will just be hiding. But JKS in a great position to go for the hunt. But the money, not too great on Renegades, so they will just try to save all three weapons, respecting Tainted, at least for the moment. And now Renegades will find their second, one behind Tainted, who probably won't be able to buy up into the next. Sicko, the only man with money.
Yeah.
One AK saved, and it should just be maybe a pistol buy. Sicko still saving for the AWP, as you would expect. And Renegades looking pretty healthy there as well.
Nice to see Apoc get some armor, but don't even know if he's got money for that. Does go for it anyway.
Round loss bonus, should be able to buy into the next anyway.
Plus, if he gets a few kills with this AK, definitely could even things up, or he could even save it. Although I don't know if Renegades are going to allow him to do so. Either way, another hurdle for Renegades to jump over, just not as high as maybe the next one might be. Nades over the boost, don't convert the kill onto Azza, although he's full of shrapnel at this point.
Yeah, it's a little worrying, and he will be finished off. Apoc eventually finding the angle. The two-man squeaky push working effectively there. But the bomb making its way over to B, which won't be contested at all. Sicko in Z should hear the pitter-patter of the footsteps. And Renegades looking good to find a third, but Tainted. Are they just going to go for the rifles, go for those exits, and try to do as much damage as possible? Look at Jacob all the way over towards T-spawn. Will actually fall. Not after taking it down Ofnu. So that is two rifles that can be saved by the CTs if Sicko wants to go on the big rotate and find that other rifle. But the Ts are all leaving Sicko down to 6 HP, taking the bullets through the smoke, just barely surviving, but looking just to hold the man on site here. And there you go, Apoc eventually falling. Now that'll be a rifle, so only one will be saved by Eustilo.
Well, nothing. Throw that over to Apoc, or hold on to it himself. Really want to see him give that one to Apoc, because Apoc definitely needs a little extra money for the util. It's going to be a pause out. Need to break up the momentum for Renegades because they're on a bit of a roll here, and we don't want to let Renegades get on a roll on their T side of cash. Could be very bad news for your Tainted Minds lads.
But this is the round Tainted could do it. It was the, I don't know, would you say it was even the aggression of Greyhound? Because the aggression of Greyhound started to force Renegades back into their hole before they finally adapted and then brought it back.
Yeah.
Tainted don't seem to be getting overly aggressive, except on those pistols where they were going through the smokes and just essentially baiting.
It's kind of just calculated aggression for Tainted, which is pretty normal for them. They tend to just go for things that are fairly sensible, like Sicko tries to go for a bit of an AWP pick sometimes. I mean, we saw Ofnu go for a pick up onto boost there, and he actually converts it. Those are the kind of things we're used to seeing. Not really the all-out aggression from a bunch of the lads on Greyhound like we're used to seeing. It's not really something that Tainted Mind does pretty much ever. They're a bit more collected, a bit more sensible. Which is kind of what you'd expect from a bunch of veterans that have played CS for a lot longer than a lot of those Greyhound players have.
Yeah. But that's why they are in this position. Oh, but what a nade. Once again, perfect placement. JKS down to 44 HP after eating the potato. And he forgot to cook it, so he got poisoned. APOC finding the noggin. JKS falling, but bomb has been planted over on the A site there. Tainted now in the 4v4. Are they going to bother going for it? AWP has been saved here, so priority is to get that back in the hands of Sicko going into the next round. Renegades looking good to take the lead here, 4-3.
So you talk about the difference between Tainted and Greyhound. I mean, you would never see Greyhound full-man save in this scenario. There would be no way.
But the economy at the moment, like, you could start to do heaps of damage just getting those rifle out of the hands. But Tainted as well, looking after theirs, you know.
They need to. They can't stop Renegades money from getting out of control if they keep just winning rounds consecutively back to back to back, but they can control how much they hemorrhage money off the back of losing those rounds. Let's see if he's still able to drop a gun over to APOC, and Sicko's been given the AWP. There we go. So another great buy, arguably an even better buy than they had in the last round because APOC's actually got util this time around. Money being built up on Renegades, momentum firmly in their grasp. After Tainted got that pistol, Renegades have just been back to back with these gun rounds. Sicko trying to get aggressive now with the walking through B halls. Who's he going to have to contest there? It's actually going to be no one because Jacob's fallen back out at B. Are they going to head towards B, or is this going to be a quick one out on the A bomb site? And if it is a quick one out on the A bomb site, I am scared for your boys APOC and Ustillo because Liaz, when he's angry and he comes outdoor, that is scary stuff.
Very, very scary. We witnessed it earlier. Are we about to witness it again?
Let's be real, he's never angry. He's got the same look on his face where he's one being these A players or getting one bead. Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
You can see it in his eyes, though. He fires up. He's literally Harry Potter, you know. He doesn't change his face for every expression. He's got the circle glasses and everything, but regardless, there's the entry from him, creating a little bit of magic himself. Can't get the second there. He's still holding strong up on red as well. There goes the bomb. Now with the smoke, it is about to start fading. Grat out at Fork has actually been shut down. Zeusy finding the angle, and I think that might be his first frag of the game. So similar to Dick, it took a while to get him started. Let's see if Zeusy is similar. He's found his first, and now that might be the magic that he's needed to get back in the game. But with the 1v3 and decent money in the bank, are we going to see JKS bother? It looks like he'll have an attempt. 20 seconds, though. He will have to pick up the pace. Doesn't look like he's going to do that at all.
I don't think there's any point in him saving this AK, but definitely go for damage. That's exactly what he's going to do. There goes the AWPer for Tainted Mines. That's a lot of money in the bin, and JK's actually going to pick that one up. Okay,
thrown it away.
Thought he was going to try and run away with it, but he was going to go for more damage, and Zeusy is going to be able to pick up that AWP. But still, that's a lot of money in the bin. About 3 to 4K lost for Tainted, which is much more than JKS lost by losing that AK, considering the fact that he could just buy up. Contextually speaking, not in terms of the actual monetary value.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's actually JKS with the AWP. He must have some kind of spawn here. Where's he off to? He's going for the lower mid peak. Is he going to hit it? No, he's not going to have the opportunity to, and Sicko doesn't either. But the nades coming over the white box chip away at Tainted Mines. Just a little bit more.
He took the pot shot. He almost got away with it, but lined it up too close to the highway box there. But JKS up on the toxic barrels, almost opening up on the B site. Just crosshair a bit off there. But Sicko posting and waiting for some aggression at mid. Azza just on the pixel line. And flash coming out, but there goes Grat. Perfect positioning from Sicko. No trade from Azza, but the AWP will be saved for the moment. Now Tainted, they've got that man advantage.
Yeah, but Renegades are pretty good at converting the rounds on cash, even with the man disadvantage.
Oh, look at that Zeusy. That wasn't Zeusy, sorry. Sicko spotting the head on the jiggle. Waiting for a second. Once again, I think Azza might have spotted it this time. Just playing the timing game, standing up. Oh, the tension. You couldn't cut it with a knife, mate.
It's pretty hard to cut tension with a knife. Especially if it's built up. Not going to be able to get that knife through anything.
Oh, but that was a bad smoke there.
Terrible. Or was it a really good smoke that's going to bait Sicko into the peak? Probably not.
Not just yet, at least.
As I can tell, that's terrible though. So we must know. In comes this B kid though, and where the frag's gonna go. Smoke on the middle of the site from Tainted.
Let's see if he can hold. Standing in the Molotov, giving up his position. Spotting Leaz jumping up on default. Azza managing to find one at mid though, but JKS on the trade. Last man on side is off. New. His teammate to work with, but yeah, no time left. Now JKS finding one. APOC. Oh, JKS not going to die after time, just making it back into the corner. So Tainted take the lead 5-4, but everyone's still with money in the bank. None of the T's dying after time. I think Azza just went down before the clock did.
Going down just like the Tainted economy right now. All pretty out of money, except for Ustillo at this point, who's been able to hold on to guns time and time again. It's going to actually be a force. Can't blame Renegades going for this one. Zusi, he's lost a lot of HP right off the start of the round. That HE nade chipping away Jacob and Grat though. And there you go, Azza finishes him off through the smoke. That's a pretty big win for the side of Renegades thus far in the round.
But Ustillo full A main control at the moment. We'll back off to A site.
Needs to do better than that though. He has been the main person firing up for this Tainted Minds squad. Every time he gets a kill, it seems like a crucial one on the gun round. Really shut down that A play from Renegades. I'm going to need to see him continue to deliver just like that if Tainted going to have a chance at winning this map. Contextually speaking though, 5 rounds to 4 on the CT side of Case. You're going to be pretty happy with that already. But you're going to need 1 or 2 more. And you're going to need a money T side up against Renegades, that's for sure.
But Offnu looking to make a play here. He actually just gets passive and back to sight. Not sure if he was spotted in checkers, but that will be cleared. And Renegades, all their eggs in one basket here. All 5 men looking to make the way to sight. The flash there. Offnu converts it into 1, but not a second. JKM and Jakis the wrong way around. You know what I mean. Sicko, though, trying to hold tag down to 1 HP. And in the 4v2, it's not looking likely that Tainted go for this one. So Renegade should find a 5th. And apologies to everyone in chat. But JKM and Jakis. Oh, couldn't have stuffed it more. That's all right. You know, see, I'm looking like the title.
I love it back. I actually love it. I wish you would just keep it up, mate.
I'm just rubbing it in their face at this point.
Yeah. 10 out of 10. Keep it up.
I'll call him Mr. Savage. That'll be the better way to do it.
Alright, well, I mean, Offnu did his best. The amount of damage he did in that round was good enough to kill probably 3 terrorists. But when you spread it out across a bunch of different people, it's not going to mean anything. You only kill 1 of them at the end of the day. Because, you know, terrorists have a magic medical center where suddenly, oh wow, look, they're all back to perfect health. I mean, our health
Have you been playing the new Pokemon,
decent.
have you?
No.
Oh.
Not a Pokemon fan, actually.
Well, it sounded like you were talking about the Pokemon Center.
Yeah, maybe.
It did. Anyway, this isn't Pokemon. This is... Don't get the jingle in my head, please. Thank you very much. All right, so... Mono, 5 rounds apiece. Who is going to be able to take the majority here? Sicko jiggling with his knife out. Is this going to be JKS on the board here? Oh, Sicko just can't connect. And Grat with the AK will take him down. And that is the highway control in favour of Renegades. But APOC here wanting to do some more damage with the P250. How's the timing? Not too great. Grat close, but... as the smoke is blooming, he gets a bit more damage off onto APOC, sorry. Offnu, though. But Z wanting to go through the smoke, but Jacob so aware and ready for this one. But Azza and Leaz opening up. APOC falls, and so does Offnu. Now it's all up to Zusi with just a Famis. And in the 1v5, it's looking rough for Tainted. Renegades should be able to take the lead. Money is in the bin for Tainted Minds.
They're losing this control of this half at the halfway point, which is not good because they're going to see Renegades really start to get into the lead and only 1 or 2 more opportunities for Tainted to be able to put in a decent buy round and try to get back into this half.
Zusi somehow surviving. Gets a few shots on the toes, tickling Jacob. But a tickle is not what you want in this game. You want to pretty much rip their foot off to stop them from being able to walk. But Renegades with that lead, huh?
What do you mean? You can mac 10 people like 98 and 10 and in the shins, and they can still run perfectly fine. Same speed as well.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Just like real life.
Yeah. Perfectly balanced.
Don't try that at home. Really would not recommend.
Yeah, nice. Just put the thoughts into the brains of the people watching. Oh, but talking about brains, Ustilo's going to keep his. Jacob just can't connect there. Liaz and Grat, though.
I think he looks a little bit like the picture of the team logo at this point, but not anymore.
Still alive, though.
Throw X's over the eyes now. That's Ustilo. I don't think he's going to care too much, though. Let's face it. Full save out of Tainted. And look, actually a pretty decent buy after only the single save. Building up a bit of the old loss bonus there, Mac.
Yeah, it always comes into play.
I mean, it has to. It's
You'd
a feature of the game.
So. Yep. You know, I was going to say, you're surely used to that one, but I know you're not bad at the game, so...
No, I'm pretty bad.
Nah, you're not that bad.
I'm
Nah, mate, you're all right. You're all right, mate. You just, you know, believe in yourself, all right? Just like Tainted need to start believing in themselves to pick up another round.
Yeah, look, unfortunately, I think Tainted are a little bit more aligned with me because they're a bit too pessimistic sometimes, which, you know, can kind of limit some of the magic that they can create. They don't really have that same sort of, you know, greyhound effect where the boys can conjure some of the magic up, pump each other up, and all of a sudden they can make some ridiculous comeback cap. And that's not something I've seen too often for Tainted Minds, I'll tell you that, Mac. Once they're out of it, they're out of it.
They just need their own Harry Potter.
Well, they had Liaz a long time ago, a bit of a different lineup, and now he's gone, so no chance of getting Harry Potter back anytime soon. They'll have to find a new one.
I'm sure you could slap a pair of glasses onto Zeusy and give him a good haircut. Paint his forehead, you'd be
It's
right.
just not the same.
Nah, it'd be a jacked Harry Potter. It'd be great.
Too jacked, yeah.
But here we are. Speaking of jacked, there goes the noggin.
JKS, he's jacked. That's what the J stands for, didn't you know?
Jacked King Savage. That's it. Coming in through tree, looking for more, and he's going to find it too. Sicko, though, taking down Azza, keeping it to a 2v4. Yeah, the bomb going out on the A side, but you still are cutting off the flank. Sicko, great job there to find one more. And in the 1v2, this time you still is going to go for it. Jacob was on the angle, forced off, though. Liaz waiting for the smoke to pop, and now up on Toxic. You still could actually get the angle here if Jacob just doesn't hold his position. But look at this. The discipline on Renegades, so damn good, and Ustilo's given up. Running away. Is there an AWP being main to save, or is he just
No, they didn't have
creating
money for
some
it.
distance?
Sicko had the A1S.
Ah, okay.
Unless he can find Gratz or something.
I think there was an AK somewhere which he might try to go for.
Yeah.
Yeah, right next to him. There you are.
Wow.
He's missed the HE though. Was that it? Or was it a rock?
It's a rock.
Oh, it's a rock. I don't know. Ah, well, he got me. The old HE
He
Rocky
just throws the rock at one
switcheroo.
of the terrorists. He's like, yeah!
Yeah.
Throws it over the boost.
Hey, rocks hurt all right.
True. Deck
you ever
someone in
been-
the head with that one. And
Yeah.
how much damage would you give that, Mac? What do you reckon?
Well, depends on how hard you throw it. It'd be like, you know the revolver, how you got the wind-up time?
Yeah.
Do that with a rock. And then you'd have to get the nade impact
Look,
to
these,
do any damage.
these beanies that the terrorists are wearing don't provide very much head protection, so you could be looking at a severe concussion. I'm going to give that about 40 damage, Mac.
Is there more or less than the beret?
Probably less, somehow. Definitely some more style points, though.
Yeah, more style points.
The balaclava, it's not a beanie. What am I talking about?
Well, it is a beanie. It's just got holes cut in it. That's how it's
just
a
a beanie
balaclava.
that's been pulled down very hard. Anyway, getting a bit silly here. This is a serious game of Counter-Strike, Mac.
Yeah, very much is. But there was a lull in the action, and so there was a lull in our minds. So it's
Alright.
fine. We were tainted, similar to the team. As they are now trying to find a sixth with pistols and the saved AK. But they haven't heard any bullets fired just yet. So Azza spots a bit of info over towards mid. Looks like the Renegades are going to start setting up for a bit of a B-split. Aggression from Ustillo has actually found a frag onto Jacob. Sicko taking down Azza as well. And now Liaz falls, so does Grat. JKS last alive at 20 HP, and that will be that. So Tainted just giving Renegades a little bit of PTSD as they find a sixth on the pistols. Good aggression from Ustillo to open up the round, and a nice crossfire at mid. So great hold there from Tainted. Bit more of that is what we need to see if they want a hope going into the second half. If they can find 7 on this round, there is a chance we could go to a third map, but we'll see how they feel on the T side.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where they have to convince me.
Ooh, jump peeking, but Grat's feeling it right now. Back of A main, taking down APOC. And that's the early man advantage. Not what Tainted need for the confidence.
Definitely not. Still Ustilo here on the A-bomb side, though, could do a lot of work for the side of Tainted.
Now, knowing how Liaz plays, he will just hide here at Forklift. Flash is coming out. Hiding his noggin at the moment. Offnu goes down, but there's the trade. Looking for a second. Liaz, though, so sharp, getting that headshot.
Just fucking fists on the delete button, straight down onto it.
That was it. Absolutely destroying them. Sicko, though, in the 1v4. There's not a lot he can do, but he has to go for it, knowing that there is a lurker here in the form of JKS. He will take him down before carrying on with his day. Yeah. 2 Ts posted on the position, baiting the shots, finding one and the second. Now, out wide, the lineup with 45 HP. He's got to make a play. Can't connect. Molotov coming in. Everything is going wrong for Sicko right now. Not a lot he can do except try to pad his stats here. There's the flash. It's just a rough one. He's given up. He's gone wide.
How could it look so hard when in the last round he USP headshot 2 people to death?
I don't know.
Without even hardly taking a point of damage.
He took JKS pretty easily. It was just the 3-man hold from Truck, you know.
Yeah.
Not a lot you can do when there's not much hope remaining and not much time, you know. With the AWP on the retake.
Tainted Mine's definitely running out of time here. 9-6. They have it pretty much on hard mode now, going into Renegades on the CT side of their map pick.
Yeah, they just, I don't know, they need to knuckle down. They need to find that motivation and hit their shots. Like, they came out of the gate swinging on Inferno. It looked good initially. We just need to see that again. There has been moments of, you know, like pretty much golden moments from Tainted in this map. We just need to see more of those, right? They won with pistols. Why can't they win with rifles, right? It's the same with...
Look at yourself in the mirror.
Hit him with the old elfish guy special.
Why are you losing?
Why are you losing? Look at yourself in the mirror. Be a better person. Yeah. It's not always the best advice, but...
Be a better person. I think that's pretty decent advice, Mac. I'll give you that.
Yeah, but in the game.
Yeah, look. Not as straightforward as in real life, maybe, some would say. Which is the opposite of what you'd think if you're not a Counter-Strike fan and you don't really understand how many hours of dedication it takes to get to this game. We're all going to have to culminate in this comeback for Tainted Minds, and it's not going well already.
Lezusi firing up, looking for one. Jacob going to go for the reload, but a flying APOC is not what you need from the back of sight. Well, that was actually Grat swinging in, eventually getting that other headshot. So Renegades find a 10th, but can Tainted pull the upset? Are they going to force on the T side here? Renegades buying those helmets as a precaution.
I love their force buys there, Mac.
Oh, so here we go. Pistol buy coming out. Is it going to be what Tainted need? I'm not too sure, but they are up against SMGs.
I'm seeing a lot of Deagles, though, which fills me with worry every time I see it, because if the game plan's like, okay, everyone spread out and go kill, then, I mean, let's be real. Tainted Minds, they have the ability to hit some of these Deagle shots, but when they win, it's like, okay, what do we all learn from that? Not a whole lot.
But you
How
can
are
see
Tainted Minds' chances have improved in winning this game in terms of actually having a good T side? I mean, not a whole lot, but they have money now.
But look, the CTs, they've gotten more passive, except for essentially Grat, who's now making his way up highway. Knowing that the Deagles were there, the jump peaks sealing in the information. And
There's a top of highway smoke.
smoke.
So they've got some mid control, which is a big thing. This could be very difficult for Renegades to be able to hold this one down. T's coming in from highway as well as... What is that from Grat? That's not an AWP, mate. That's an MP5.
But he couldn't afford an AWP, so he just had to do the same damn thing. And as a finding 2 with the Famous, now looking for another APOC, hearing all the information as JKS runs up to Truck. And there's the frag from JKS, onto JKS rather. But Jacob and Liaz teaming up to find the couple of final frags. And Renegades go to legs 11, now 5 in the lead over Tainted, who have destroyed their economy. Renegades saving 3 rifles, well, an SMG and 2 rifles into the 18th, but knowing that Tainted won't be on another force,
Mac, do you ever feel like
opted
JKS...
for the 2 USP strap.
Do you ever feel like JKS is just a bit of a boring player?
Why?
You know, you don't remember a JKS kill, but he's got 20 of them.
Oh, he's done a decent job. He's consistent, and consistency is key, you know. Look at that.
Okay, that's a memorable.
That's a
There you
memorable
go.
kill. See you later,
Proves me
Ofnu.
wrong.
There's the bomb. Looking for another. He's going for the pre-fire too, knowing exactly where the final fragger was. That will be APOC, who I'm not actually sure of his score at the moment. 8 for 14, so he's had a rough series. Zusi as well, down on 5 in the second half. He needs to fire up. He is one of their key players, one of their star fraggers on Tainted. Has been very, very consistent over the recent months, but if he can't bring it right now, which is the point where you really want to sort of be the star, when are you going to bring it? It matters most right now.
Not in the minor, I'll tell you that.
And you need to knuckle down. But Renegades, you know, looking in form here today, at least on Cash, which they took off Greyhound as well. And in the 5v5, no one falling in the first 30 seconds. Damage done to Zusi, but APOC, getting some timing. Something finally going in favour of Tainted, and no hesitation over to side Ofnu on the cover. Jacob goes down. Now the bomb should be planted in the 5v3, and Renegades, they have a decent amount of money, but they might just decide to save unless there's a misplay coming out from Tainted. 2 of the gamers all the way to the A side already, and Liaz on the lurk with the UMP. Almost 8k in the bank though, so he might look to build that a bit more. No, just be hopping around, having some fun. As Ofnu's on the hunt, finding out the position of the AWP. Not necessarily wanting to go for the re-peak, but Renegades will reposition. Azza here, and Squeaky hiding in the corner, not going to be spotted. Here we are, Grat, he's gone over here as well. Headshot for Azza. Can he find another one man there? Here we are, Grat looking for the angle, is going to find it, taking down his opposite AWPer there. Decent damage done from Renegades at the end, but Tainted should be able to buy it. Well, definitely will be able to buy.
Yeah, both teams taking a little bit of damage to the old economy from that last round. How's Liaz got $9,000?
Because he hasn't bought, he hasn't died. And he's been getting frags with the UMP.
Oh, he upgraded though to an M4.
At the last moment.
Who's bankrolling this man? I need to know. Himself. It's just a good money decisions.
Look, he's good at investing. You know, oh, the collat though.
Is this how it all falls apart?
Ofnu and APOC.
I think so.
Have both felt that one. Was it through the smoke as well?
I don't know, but I don't want to know.
Oh,
Don't tell me.
I didn't see on the map where Grat was, but it wasn't good. I think he's
Look,
got. I think he got in front of the
more
smoke
disgusting,
there.
whether he shot them through that smoke or whether he pushed through the smoke and shot them, and it was one of those two. Either way, I'd feeling bad about it if I'm Tainted.
Yeah, well, it had to be one or the other, and we'll never bloody know. But let's see if Zusi can shine when he's most needed here. Smoke's starting to fade, but there's the shadow and the crouch crab walkie spray there. Zusi goes down, and now it's a 2v5. Not looking good for Tainted. Brains coming out of their heads, as well as a little bit of tilt factor coming in after the old collat. Nothing really you can do about that one. But the off angle being played here. Both CTs ready to go for the bait and switch. Ustillo coming out. Footsteps being made though, and there's the peak. Completely dry as it goes down, so it's up to Liaz in the 1v2, but the Molotovs are there. One to force him out. He goes for the pre-fire. Can't connect enough bullets, but the rotations have come out. Both T's quite low, and Jacob in a perfect position to deny any plants, but the flank has been taken down. No time to rotate. Grat here with the AWP. Smoke fading. Bomb is down as well. So now you know Sicko's going for the play, and he will be shut down by Jacob. 13 rounds for Renegades, and Tainted just pretty much clawing at the edge of the cliff now. They are going to be sent off. Spoilers for Lion King there, you know. I'm just having flashbacks, horrible flashbacks.
It's alright, Mac. Fortunately, you know, a bit unrelated to Lion King, but equally as sad. Tainted Mines are going to have to take a save. They're out of money for if they want to buy the AKs and the armor, they just can't do it. That's what I'm trying to get at. They'll have to wait until next round.
I'm looking for the wallbangs there. Grat letting Tainted know who owns mid, and letting them know that he's not going to collat them through B main this time. So a sigh of relief felt by the B players. As Tainted are grouping up there. Zusi making a huge amount of noise there with the Glock, spotting Jacob at the back of the checkers. Who's going to hold his ground, finding a second, but not a third. Ustillo tapping him down with the P250. JKS now looking to get over aggressive out in the open. Can't get the two-man spray down. But he has found two before falling. So now APOC is going to be flanked by Azza there. The bomb's down the drain, as well as the hopes and dreams of Tainted, as this is their last effort. All right, what do we have to see Tainted do to try to keep into the game? Renegades hunting for a 15th and complete and utter match point. Their spot in the minor looking to seal it. Tainted need to deny it. What can they do? Ofnu's got that Galil. 4 AKs. No AWP for Sicko.
Well, it's 3 towards B main for Tainted, so they're probably going to go for a bit of checker control. 2 towards A main, they're probably going to try and deny any aggression in that area of the map. Going to be difficult though with that Molotov cutting the T's in half, but Ustillo's absolutely money defending that one. Doubles up and stops Renegades' momentum in this round. But Jacob, bit of a risk off the back of that one. Those 2 CT players going down means that their chances of winning the round are a lot lower. So in order to compensate for that, he has to take some kind of a risky boy play, and he's gone for it.
But is Ofnu watching the flank here? Is he expecting the mid push? He's just chilling for the moment. No, he's got Util out. So the rotation could be cut here. Jacob in a strong position, but Grat pre-scoped. We'll find one on the Zeusy. No trade coming out just yet. There's the second and the bomb. So down to the 3v2 as Jacob's found Sicko as well. There's one man on the lurk, but the bomb has been retrieved. So what are we going to see? 50 seconds remaining. Tainted can go back to the B site, but in the 2v3, they are a man down, and they're going to have to do so much work to bring this one back. Jacob, though, finding Ofnu, and now that might almost be the ticket. Ustillo shift walking his way through a main. He's already found 2 for the round. He'll have to go for the ace, but as the smoke is about to start to fade, the timing just favours Ustillo as he gets to the short side of a main. But the CT's all splitting up, so this could be just what Ustillo needs.
Potentially, I don't think he's going to win the same build against JKS, though,
Yeah, you're
and
right.
he does not. JKS is absolutely on fire in this map. Mac, 25 kills for the man. And Ustillo did good work to shut down that A main push, but that's not good enough. Tainted, 1 round room for error to stop Renegades from going to the minor, and they don't even have good money. Gonna have to do it with the pistols.
Was
and
that the hesitation?
On the AK. What's that?
Was that the hesitation? Once again, they had A. They essentially had A.
Yeah.
And then they just held.
I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that. It's just the inability to trade that one out. It's a difficult one to be hitting. You know, it's easy to armchair gamer it and say that they hesitated or whatever, but in the 5-on-3, they were doing the correct thing. Looks a lot easier than it is for Grat to turn that one back around, and he's even opening this one out beautifully onto Ustillo.
He's just hitting everything right now, isn't he? The bomb has made its way to Highway, though. Looking to potentially split into a main. But Sicko, he's only got that Tech 9, and up against Liaz with the M4A4. The likelihood of him winning this battle is unlikely. Azza, though, peeking high, finding the second. Jumping up, though. But Grat's here on the flank, covering through the edge of the wall. This man is a machine. And in the 1v4, this is looking like all she wrote. And that will be that. Liaz shutting it down Sicko. 16 to, was it 7?
Something like that, yeah.
16 to not many,
Very
not enough.
one-sided scoreline. I mean, Renegades closing it out 2-0, and that can be sometimes the trouble for a team like Tainted. If you're going to go pick into Inferno, a map that Renegades are very tenured on, they're very comfortable playing the map. You pick that going up against those lads, you better be bringing it. And unfortunately, they ran out of momentum on Inferno, weren't able to close that one out. Renegades smacked them around 16-9, and then moved on to Cache and did the exact same thing, but even better.
Yeah, not a lot to say about that one. Unfortunate for Tainted. You know, I would have liked to see a third map, bit more CS action for the day. But congratulations to Renegades and Greyhound, who are going to be going over to the minor. So, action-packed day. I've had a great time. And, you know, I really wish Tainted played a bit better. Zeusy just too slow out of the gates, just couldn't connect the shots that we saw him at least doing on Inferno. And I'm sure for the rest of the bracket as well. Like, they've been turning up. They made it to the consolidation final, so...
It's the classic Tainted performance. They just looked a little bit too flat at the end there, and you know, that can be a little bit of a symptom. And one of the biggest problems of this Tainted lineup, it's not that they don't lack that they lack the talent. It's not that they lack the decision making or the experience. It's just that sometimes they can look too flat heading into these games where you need to bring the high intensity and you need to bring your absolute A game, and they definitely didn't do that today. So unfortunately, going to fall 0-2 to Renegades. The big story being that Greyhound got the upset. Those were the two teams that we expected to go through, Greyhound and Renegades anyway. But Greyhound actually going through as the first seed, and I can't wait to see how that affects some of those matchups going into that Asia Minor. Is that going to mean that potentially you'll have to see Renegades play a harder opponent earlier on, though? They're not going to have to run into Tyloo in the Asia Minor for once in a long time, because Tyloo's at least won a map at the major, so not going to have to worry about crossing that hurdle for once at the Asia Minor this time around. Will be a little bit of a weight off their back, but still going in as the second seed is not something many of us would have expected. Yeah,
well, Asian teams seem to be the Oceanic team's kryptonite.
Yep.
So I think Greyhound and Renegades still have to, you know, keep their form up. Make sure they're hitting their shots, and yeah, exactly. They have the work cut out for them. So it's just going to be a rough time. They have to put the prep in, and I'm sure they will. You know, that's what they're there for. That's what they're like bound for, and that's what they're paid to do. So, you know, I'm just excited to see some more quality CS as the minor comes up.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Couple tournaments coming up. Going to have to wait until next year for the minor, but I mean, it's been a pleasure casting all of these different minors, the Oceanic minor, the South America minor, CIS, Asian. There's been so much Counter-Strike action, and we're going to have to wait a little bit longer if we want to see some more. So it's been a great time casting all of these events, but until next time, I've been Pilly, this has been Mac. We'll see you next time.